Not too long ago, my co-host Alonzo Williams and I interviewed Tommy Sotomayor. I'm sure a lot of you know the name. Controversial dude, but I really enjoy his content. I'm going to play some clips from our interview with Tommy Sotomayor, and I'm going to stop it every once in a while and give you my thoughts.
I was noticing that I was talking to some folks, and I know a lot of brothers, and some of these brothers is 60 in their 60s still talking about cuz and blood. What you think about that?
Oh, that's a good starting. So Alonzo posed a question to Tommy Sotomayor. There's a lot of 50 and 60-year-olds on YouTube saying cuz and blood, and they're still setting an example that a lot of people would say is not a good one for the youngsters. What do I think about a 50 or 60-year-old person who still gangbangs and still in the street and still lives a street life and still is a, quote, real ninja? What do I think of those type of people? I think they're idiots. If you're over 30 and you're still like gangbanging, like, come on, dog. Like, really? You're most likely a loser. Let's keep it real. If you're 50 or 60 and you're still gangbanging, you're most likely a loser. But this is Tommy Sotomayor's response to that question.
It's crazy because we don't grow up. It seems like in the black community, I looked at it as I call it the Peter Pan effect. We think that we're always supposed to be children. We're always supposed to be in the club, whatever the kids doing. We trying to sag our pants and trying to do whatever they do instead of teaching them. I lived my 20s and I enjoyed my 20s. I lived my 30s and I enjoyed my 30s. I'm in my 40s. I'm enjoying my 40s and I'm going to keep doing that. But I'm going to grow as I age. I'm not going to stay stagnant. And I'm with you on that.
Ninjas stay stagnant. Ninjas love to stay stagnant. Ninjas don't move forward. Ninjas stay stagnant. And that's what Tommy Sotomayor is talking about right now. Let's keep it going.
When these men can't become teachers, when you're young, you're a doer. When we get old, our job is supposed to teach. And if we're not doing that, we are destroying the culture and we're destroying everything that comes behind us.
When we get older, our job is to teach. I'm almost 50. I shouldn't be talking about the same stuff I was talking about when I was 30, 25, 20 years old. Especially if I want to set a good example for the youngsters out there. But you got guys on social media, and it's mainly men. It's so trippy to me that it's men. Like, if you'd have told me a long time ago that a bunch of guys would be arguing on YouTube and fighting back and forth about gang politics and stuff on YouTube, I would have told you, A, you're lying. And I would have told you, B, you sure you're not talking about women? Because that sounds like female tendency type shit, like just arguing and bickering online. And isn't that, no offense to women, isn't that what chicks do? But let's keep it going. Tommy Sotomayor.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Can I ask you something, Tommy?
Go ahead.
Yeah, have you ever shared your thoughts? Speaking of older men online, talking things, have you ever shared your thoughts on Wack 100 on your show?
That was me asking the question. What are your thoughts on Wack 100? This is just a simple question to Tommy Sotomayor.
I've heard a few people ask me to do things about him, but I don't really know what he does. I've seen a couple things, but I don't exactly know what he does for me to be able to say something about him. But a couple of people have sent me stuff and asked me to say something about him. I typically try to stay away from other people who do content like that because they have their own lane and I don't want to beef with them. So I don't know what he does though. Like what is it? Tell me.
And this is what a lot of people criticize him for. He's on Clubhouse and a lot of people are saying that he's just egging on a lot of the stuff that's going on with the younger generation. Still screaming Pyru and starting fights with people and agonizing, things like that. I was curious if you ever, talked.
I apologize for the audio. The audio is horrible. We were having audio issues that day. So I do apologize for the audio. But, he asked, what Wack 100 does. And I'm talking about online. Wack 100 does a lot of stuff in his personal and business life that I respect him for. The truck thing, the diaper thing. I mean, just the putting people on in the music game. Dude does a lot of stuff offline. We're specifically talking about the stuff he does online.
About it, but I'm sure you will.
I can't stay on Clubhouse for shit. I can't stay on Twitter. I'm getting flagged off everything. I just got flagged off of it. So I was on Clubhouse for a while. It went viral. I got flagged off.
I don't like Clubhouse. Never have. I tried it. Just it's not me. It's just a bunch of dudes acting like chicks, gossiping and bickering. That's just my personal opinion. When I hear Clubhouse, that's all I hear. I listen to it on YouTube sometime. Like, I listen to the BS sometime. I got to tune into the BS, right? I can't just be Mr. Smarty Pants over here always watching science videos and stuff. No, I need some BS. So when I need the BS, there's certain YouTube channels that I go to that cover Clubhouse drama and stuff like that. But even when I'm listening, it sounds like a bunch of chicks, like what chicks should be doing. But it's a bunch of dudes. So weird to me. I've never got the Clubhouse thing.
If he's doing that, which is sad, because there are, and it goes back to what Alonzo was saying, there's a lot of these old dudes that's not only not helping, but they egging it on and making it worse by telling the young kids and telling them that they should be doing what we're doing. Our job of doing what we were doing when we were young is supposed to be so that they don't have to do it when they're young. And
did you hear that, kids? Not kids. Did you hear that, grown ass men? Did you hear that?
We turned into the women are doing it. The women are out there egging on fights and fighting with young women. You got 50-year-old women out here fighting 20-year-old women. It's gotten bad because, like I said, we're in a Peter Pan state of mind where we never want to grow old. And that sounds like what Wack 100 is doing, wanting to perpetually stay a kid.
What do you think about that, huh? Comment down below. What do you think about that specific comment that Tommy Sotomayor just made? We're not done yet, but I just wanted to ask you, make a note to make a comment about what he just said.
Well, you know, I was surprised, man, that I heard some conversations on Clubhouse. They were arguing about who ran the park in Compton. I'm like, huh? 50 years old. I'm 44 years old. I run the park.
Alonzo says he tuned in and he heard some dudes in their 40s talking about they run certain parks in LA. Alonzo's like, what? Nigga, you're probably living in an apartment, first of all. Probably late on your bills, can't even pay your rent, let alone you're talking about you own something.
Why did your hood run the park at 44? Did you?
Especially at 45. Yeah, if you're talking like this in your 20s, I get it. But if you're in your 40s and 50s talking about this, that's very weird to me.
You get enough of that. I ain't been to the park other than my grandkids and God knows how long. If you're trying to figure out who's running the park, there's something missing there, Doc. Something missing, man.
Listen, nigga. I'm 46 years old. I barely can run the steps, much less run in the park. I'm telling you. That is crazy to think, like you said, like, bro, come on, let somebody else have that. Pass the baton. Right. Why are you still talking like this? Like when they was talking about giving Snoop a pass in the hood, I'm like, that's a old G. Let that. Why is he even going through this? He shouldn't have to have this conversation.
What what about this thing? Have you heard about this? Folks got to check in.
Ooh, the check-in thing. Remember that? Remember the check-in thing? You better check in. You come here, you better check in. Man, you better check in. Swifty Blue telling everybody check in and all that back in the day. Remember that? There was a lot of videos about people checking in and things like that.
New thing they got for all the rappers. What's your opinion on that, man?
It's sad. I mean, think about it. What happened out there in LA? You guys know. You've had a few famous rappers you had one from here in Atlanta who flew out there, and y'all got him as soon as he got off the plane. Y'all had another one that got stabbed a little while ago. It seems like, if you just think about it, there is no other culture. You never heard of Garth Brooks having to check in when he went to Tennessee?
What? You've never heard Miley Cyrus talk about, oh man, I got to check in. I better check in Atlanta, Georgia. We're the only ones that do that. Ninjas are the only ones that do that. We're the only ones that tell our people you need to check in. We're the only ones that extort our people like that. Something to think about, huh? Let's keep it going. Tommy Sotomayor.
He never heard of anybody else. We have destroyed it to the point of where these young cats are being murdered unceremoniously. Like it's just they're going somewhere. What was the young kid out there? Was it Pop Smoke? Where they went and got him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like This is crazy. And
R.I.P. Pop Smoke. Unfortunately, his life was taken in a big Beverly Hills, Hollywood type mansion. His address was leaked, and some guys came to take what he got, and they took more than that. They ended up taking his life right here in L.A.
And to have to check in with these people that they're doing what they did to Chris Brown, forcing that man to become a part of their group, extorting them. And I get it if that's how they live and they make their money. But when are we gonna get back to it's all about the art form? Let the art form matter instead of you are taking out these artists. These artists are trying to blur the line between the street and the music.
Yep.
Let it be just music. Leave it at that. Get old like.
Well, the problem is a lot of these people in their music, they're talking about how tough they are and how many weapons they have and how big and bad they are. So they go to certain places and people want to test them and see if they are as bad as they talk about in their music.
Like O'Shea Jackson, and get you a wife and some kids and some grandkids. Have
Ice
your
Cube.
son leave a legacy. Stop trying to live the life perpetually for the rest of your life. You're trying to live this imaginary we gangsters, and you got to check in when you come to New York, and you got to check in when you come to Atlanta. No, you should just come here to entertain us, man.
It's an interesting situation, and it holds us back in so many ways because we can't progress. We're so busy fighting amongst ourselves.
Ooh. Crabs in a barrel, huh? Crabs in a barrel. We can't progress because we're too busy holding ourselves down. We can't progress because we're too busy getting extorted, talking about you better check in. We can't progress because we can't even trust our own people that they won't rob us if our address gets leaked on the internet. And they tell me it's the white man I should fear when it's my own kind. Yeah, shut up. Let's keep going.
Yep. We spend a whole lot of time trying to destroy each other. I'm really sad when I see things like what happened to the young man XXXTentacion, all these young cats.
R.I.P. XXXTentacion. His life was taken in Florida. Some idiots took his life over like $25,000 that they split 5 ways or something like that. So these ding dongs are in prison right now, quite possibly for the rest of their natural life for about $5,000 each. Dummies. Ninja shit. That's some ninja shit.
King Vaughn down here in Atlanta. These men are losing their lives. And you got to remember, a lot of these men, they were the sole source of income for not only like the girl they with, but their mama, their children, their friend. Like they were the breadwinner. And then we're just wiping them out. What happened with the young dude, Duck? White.
R.I.P. FBG Duck. His life was taken in Chicago in a ritzy area called the Gold Coast, comparable to Rodeo Drive here in Los Angeles. Beautiful area. I went there to Chicago a couple years back, and I specifically went to the Golden Coast and did a vlog on FBG Duck. And I swear I was walking through Beverly Hills. And just to think that some dudes from O Block or whatever, from Southside Chicago, just minutes away, pulled up and let off dozens, if not hundreds of rounds on this street right here that I was walking on in Chicago. It's amazing to me.
Doubt. Now his mom is struggling to pay bills. Like all these people missing out just because somebody decided to end the life of another black person, but then we'll get up and holler Black Lives Matter. We got to start with us first.
Oh, talk all this trash. Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. And then we just go out and destroy each other. We exterminate ourselves. Black Lives Matter. Get out of here.
First, right? They got to matter people first, man. They got to matter. And I've had arguments about this, man. I've had arguments and serious debates about Black Lives Matter. Well, man, how come it don't matter to us? Well, because the oppressor and blah blah this and come on, man. At some point in time, you gotta look in the mirror, dude.
Yep.
Ain't nobody running up and down the streets in the middle of the night other than shooting at each other.
Facts. Are you listening? Is this thing on? Hello? Can you guys hear me in the back? Is this thing on? Did you just hear what he said?
Okay.
But think about it this way.
Okay.
We don't have to go check in white neighborhood. If white people are so racist, we should have to check in when we go in white towns. We should be worried when we go to places where it's a bunch of whites that they're going to kill us. But we're not. We're worried when we go into an all-black neighborhood in another city because we might have on the wrong clothes. We might know the wrong person. We might have said the wrong thing online. And now somebody I don't know, was another rapper at an airport, had the fans of another rapper try to fight him.
Man, I'm going to stop it right there. Some good stuff, huh? Tommy Sotomayor breaking it down. Please make sure you subscribe to NWA Stories with Alonzo if you like the content you just heard. That full interview can be heard on that channel, NWA Stories with Alonzo. Just type in Tommy Sotomayor in the search box and you will find the full interview. And I'll also include the link in the description below. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor. We're definitely going to have him back on in the future. Good dude. I like his vibe. I like his truth. And I really think he's doing good for black people. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. And if this is your first time tuning into the channel and you like what you hear, please hit that subscribe button. And if this is your first time not knowing about my second channel, Dusty Vision Radio, please subscribe to Dusty Vision Radio right here on YouTube. It's my second channel that I'm really trying to build. I'm at about 2,500 subscribers right now, so I'm trying to build that. Let's get that to 3,000 subscribers. Dusty Vision Radio. You can also follow me on Rumble. Are you on the Rumble app? RUMBLE. Rumble. Rumble is where you can find more uncensored versions of the show. A lot of hoops and red tape and yellow tape that I got to go through right here on YouTube. So I am directing everyone over to the Rumble app, and I'm really trying to build my platform over there. That's Rumble, RUMBLE. Type in Dusty Vision Radio. I do appreciate that very, very much. Lastly, I'm on Instagram, Dusty Vision Radio, and I'm also on Facebook, Dusty Vision TV. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.